coach at the time, actually, in Augusta. He was linked with Challenger Sports. He worked with them. And he told me, there's an opportunity in Liverpool. If you're interested in moving that far away, because at the time I wasn't really sure. I kind of wanted to stay in the southeast, but I had a good think about it, and I thought, I mean, the school there, it's 3 years. I did some research into that, obviously, as well, and they had my degree and what I wanted to do, and playing football in the UK for 3-4 years, that would be a fantastic experience. So I went through Steve, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, really. Yeah, so Penny Lane, for the first year especially, I live even now with some of the boys that I met there. So I made some unbelievable friends. They're not all American, even a German and Australian I live with as well. So living in the hotel for a year and being able to constantly be in contact with those boys that I was playing with, almost 100%, helped our team chemistry on the pitch as well. And when Steven came in, it was a massive bonus for us, because obviously everyone knows his name in the area, in the hotel, wherever you're from. You could say Steven Gerrard, and everyone knows how good of a player he is. So to be able to meet someone of that stature, of that nature, was fantastic, really. Yeah, so you get different things with the different players and where they're from. So, I mean, in this picture here, I was mainly with the local boys, and they've got their own style of play. And I've obviously, as I've grown into the game and played with even more boys from in and around the area, my game has changed to more suit that as well. But with the first year as well, when I was playing with more international boys and kind of a 50-50 mix, it was really amazing to see the different countries and how they played. And from Finland, and they're quick and they're technical, and then you get the English boys that are stronger and physical, and it was amazing to be a part of that academy then, when everything was going so well, and it showed in our accolades. As I'm looking at this picture here, it reminds me of the whole journey leading up to this point. We'd been to places just outside of London, staying in hotels and playing against some competition we've never seen before, and we're quite rightly nervous, because with being able to play at a stadium like this as in the final was huge for us. So the quarterfinals, even the group stage, every game was like a cup final. But getting to the semi-final and thinking, one more game. We've got Barnsley, who at the time were kind of like our biggest rivals in the northwest area, and being able to beat them in itself was a fantastic achievement. But then knowing you're going into this game at the Hawthorns, it was. I called my dad straight after we beat Barnsley, and I was like, we're going to the Hawthorns, and he booked his flight over straight away, and my sister came over. But having almost grown with these boys for a year leading up to this game, I think it was just written in the stars that we had to win it. And looking at this picture here, it shows the emotion of everything that went into not just this game, but everything in that tournament there. I'm looking at this picture of Prescott here, and it reminds me of the work that's gone into everything behind that as well. So all of the coaches at the academy before leading into this, and making phone calls, and they're doing their best to sell me to different teams, to show my quality, even though they haven't grown up and seen me play ever, really. So it was a big risk for any semi-pro team to make a move for me, and I'm really glad Prescott did, and I'm really grateful to Todd and Liam as well, who were able to get me there. And Craig was actually part of Prescott himself and the management team a few years ago, so he played his part as well. But this picture is probably one of my top 3 moments in football, and I just looked at another one of them as well. The promotion probably being the third there. But this is my FA Cup goal here, and although my parents and my family they weren't there, as soon as the game ended, my phone was blowing up, and I couldn't believe the overwhelming support that I got from overseas. We just have a radio commentary that goes on at Prescott, and I was so welcome there. It was like I'd played there and grown up there and through their academy system themselves, and the boys as well. Absolutely loved it. So that was a great start to semi-professional football here, and I'll never forget that moment. This team here was very, very special to me, and they all played their parts. Some of them, maybe didn't make it through the whole season through injuries or getting loans or whatever it is, but from the start of this season, I could tell something was special, and I think the town of Prescott thought that as well, because as we kept on with our record and our winning ways, and the mentality of not even just the club, but the actual town itself, people would come up to me, and I'm in regular street clothes, and they're saying, "Oh, go on, we can really win the league this year. We can really get promoted." They genuinely believe. And you get to that semifinal, and it's cold, it's rainy, and you get that 110th, 120th minute winner that we did. Going into the final, there's something about it. You get 2,100 people and kids trying to jump over the fence, and stewards chasing them around. It was genuinely the best experience playing semi-professional that I think I'll have for a long time, because after the final whistle, you see the boys that you've played with for nearly a year now just embracing it, and you've got the fans that have been there since day one going on really long away trips, and then coming to all the home games, season ticket holders, everyone just coming together. It was a fantastic year. This is from the award ceremony that we did just before the summer break, when everyone's gone home and taking their well-earned rest before coming back this season. And I was lucky enough to receive an award as well, and this was for being one of the first, I'm not sure if I am the first, but of the international group to graduate university. And that was really special for me and my family, being able to get me over here and participate in a different education system than I was completely used to back home, with the 3 years, like I said, and if I wanted to pursue a master's, be another year. But John Moores was really, really good to me, and it wasn't easy. There was a lot of studying on bus away trips and frantically going to the library and doing my own work, but it was all really worth it in the end there. And I think that those awards there just kind of symbolize what's gone into it.
Yeah, I think the closing line.
This graduation picture is the most recent of the bunch, and I'm sitting outside the Anglican Cathedral there, and I've made a few mates at university, and even more through football. But there's been just as much work going on into the studying and into the university itself than when compared to the football as well. So it was an even distribution of work, equally difficult in its own right, physically and mentally. But sitting there, cap and gown on, you kind of look around in disbelief. Like, has it been 3 years already? Have I been living here for 3 years? And I'm coming back now for my fourth, and it's been an unbelievable journey. And I think I've been an adopted Scouser now.